Respect my time and keep your integrity. That's the conversation we're going to have here today on Self Love Monday. How you guys doing? This is Ron Simplify Myers, author, podcaster, and your uplifting life partner. Have you ever been in a position where someone tells you they're going to do something and they don't do it? They tell you they're going to be somewhere at a certain time, they don't come. Um, they're basically, as we know, I'm always talking about integrity and character. They're a person that actually is showing a lack of character and a lack of integrity. And the reason I'm clarifying it that way and saying that's what they're showing is because you guys know I'm not a person that believes in putting labels on people. I believe in separating you from your actions. So at this point, they're doing things that are signs of a lack of character and a lack of integrity. Yet, I'm not going to say that's who they are because a person like that does that, they can't be counted on. They tell you they're going to do something, tell you they're going to call you. They don't call when they say they're going to call. They don't show up when they're going to say. I mean, just basically, it's a person that really you can't depend on. I don't want to label and say that's who they are, but that is the actions they're taking because everyone can change. It's when they make the decision to change. So, as we're on this subject, the most important person that we have to, as I'm saying this, and it's Self Love Monday, so it's like, well, why are you talking about this on Self Love Monday? Because this conversation is most important when you look in the mirror that you are that person. If you tell someone you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, make sure that you're there. And if things happen, because life does, make sure you're communicating with them what's going on. I am getting ready to be late. I'm running late. I'm 5 minutes away. I'm 10 minutes. I know some of you go, that's too much work. That's called character and integrity. If you have that, it's not work, it's being a person of your word. It's a person of integrity. And so, therefore, I owe it to the people that I have committed to let them and keep them updated to what is going on. If I am being out of character and integrity, which means I'm not doing what I said I was going to do, the least I could do is keep them up to date. So, this is a gut check for ourselves first, that we become that person that can be dependent on. A person that if I tell you something is going to be done, it's done. Mark it, check it off the calendar, it's complete. We have to make sure that we become that person first before you can turn around and put those same standards on other people. And that's why I started the conversation off saying other people doing that, because that's how most people live their life. Is it's easy for us to point the finger, and it's easy to talk about other people and say their issues and their challenges and their problems, but we don't want to look and say, am I demonstrating, am I being that person myself that I'm asking others to do? Now, you know, people say all the time, do to others as you would want them to do to you. I don't say that. And the reason I don't believe in that is because some people are into being mistreated. As funny as that may sound. Some people are, as we know, they being torn down or being told what they can't do and what's not possible and all those kind of things actually drive them to prove people wrong. I'm not one of those people. If you say things that are demeaning and try to tear down, we're probably going to have a conversation that it might not be a good conversation, because I'm not a person that's motivated by tearing down. That's always amazed me that there are people that live out there that way, that the more you tear them down, it drives them. For me, it doesn't make me shut down, because for some people it makes them shut down. But for me, it's going to make me challenge you. And I don't care about your position. I don't care about your titles. None of that stuff matters to me. Don't ever try to demean or put down and think you're going to get from me what you want, because that's when I'm going to dig my feet in. And I know some people go, that's not right, Ron. You should be like that. But I'm just telling you, you need to, as we always talk about, know who you're dealing with. I am a person that functions, and I shouldn't say function, but you get better results from me by encouraging, by communicating, by talking. That's, to me, that's the whole what I'm saying about character and integrity. Communicate with me like a human being. Communicate with me with respect, because that's definitely what I'm going to give you. You do that, man. I'm that person that everybody wants to call a nice person, and we've had that conversation. You guys can watch the other conversations I've had on that for those of you who haven't heard about the nice conversation. But as I've said before, I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And if you come at me that way, and you're showing character, you're showing integrity, you're showing respect, folks, I'm automatic, because I'm going to give that to you anyway. If you don't come at me that way, I'm going to probably shut you down. And chances are we're not going to be hanging out together. And so know who you're dealing with whenever you're dealing with people. But again, the purpose of this conversation, be a person of character and integrity. If I tell you something is done, do it. Do not try to hold people and tell people they need to be on time. They need to respect you. They need to do all this stuff, but you're not that person. And ladies, when you get that guy, because I've heard even some speakers, some relationship people that actually teach, they'll tell people that if you tell, like, and I heard one young lady was actually talking, and she's saying, guys, this is the way you got to do. If you tell a woman you're calling at a certain time, then you got to play the game. And she said, I know you guys don't want to play games, but this is the way it is. You need to tell her if you're gonna call her at a certain time, wait about a half an hour or whatever, and call her. And she's trying to teach you how to manipulate, and that's what I call it. That, to me, if I have to play games with you, if I have to manipulate you, this is a relationship I personally don't want to be a part of. I'm not going to ever teach you how to play games with people. I'm not. Most of the people that I've seen speaking are always trying to share with you how to outsmart or how to outthink the person that you're dealing with. Follow that advice if you choose to. But what most people are teaching you how to do, most relationship people are doing, that they call themselves gurus, they're teaching you how to date. In other words, how to go from relationship to relationship. And that's what you keep doing, because that's the concepts they're teaching you. They're teaching you how to be slick, how to be smooth. But guess what? Eventually, the real you will show up, and that relationship is doomed. Even though you used the scripts that they gave you and you learned all that fancy stuff, eventually you will pop up, and that relationship will fall apart, and you'll wonder why. That's why you guys always hear me say, it always has been and always will be, become the best you possible. That means learning. I'm not saying just from me, but from others, and always looking to get better as an individual, increasing your character and integrity. And folks, you will not have a problem with attracting someone who has great character and great character. Great character, great, great integrity, and great character. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to manipulate. Those are the people you're not looking for. I was hearing a young lady, what was it, yesterday, and she was another one of these gurus that was basically telling guys that it's amazing how many women out here trying to show guys how to be, and they're teaching the guys how to play games. And I'm just amazed, because most of the young ladies that are teaching the guys. They said, because you got to understand women, so they're trying to share a perspective of women, which they're really sharing their own way of seeing things. And then they're telling you how to outsmart the woman. And it's just amazing to me. As you guys know, I'm not here to play games, and I'm not going to teach you that. But anyway, what the young lady was doing is she was saying women are looking for the guy that will mistreat them, because they said what did she say, that the guy that doesn't call them, the guy that doesn't show, kind of what we're talking about here about having character integrity, the guy that acts as if the woman is not important and doesn't treat her as if she's significant, that's the guy she's going to chase. And the guy that really cares, she's going to dump. And so you have to become that guy. Folks, I'm not going to teach you that, and I think it's bad teaching, and too many people are teaching that. I keep saying character and integrity. If she's looking for a guy that mistreats her, allow her to go find that guy. Why would you become that guy to attract someone? That's the part that's crazy. You do not let other people change who you are. You make the changes because it will make you better as an individual. And then you're looking for the person who's headed in the same direction. So I'm not going to try to manipulate you. I'm not going to try to play games with you. If I have to do that to get you, then you're the wrong person. It's that simple. So again, this is why, and that was really the conversation here, getting back to that, about respecting my time. And that's the reason I brought up about the ladies, because that illustration there. Why are you dealing with a guy that tells you he's going to call at 3 o'clock and he don't call you to 5? And all of a sudden you go, oh, that's the guy I want. Because the only reason that occurs, in my perspective, is because I keep saying, when you learn to value yourself and you learn your worth, you'll know if he said he's calling at 3, he better be calling at 3. And if he's not, he better be sending a text or something to explain what's going on. I shouldn't have to wait until 5 o'clock. She shouldn't have to wait until 5 o'clock till you finally decide to call and then try to act like nothing happened, or say, oh, you know what, something came up. Folks, have some character and integrity, and the people that are teaching you not to have it, my view, watch the advice. I think personally it's bad advice, and I think eventually you may get the person, and that will be their argument, and say, well, I'm helping my people attract people. Yeah, but they're all breaking up because they're teaching you how to become a professional dater. So if you want to become a professional dater, keep manipulating, keep playing games, because that's exactly what you'll be. But if you walk out here trying to find the right mate, the person that's right for you, work on your character and integrity. If I tell you I'm going to call, I ain't going to waste your time, because I don't want you to waste mine. If I tell you anything I'm going to tell you I'm going to do, it's done. And if you're not that type of person, then there's no reason for us to have a relationship. The ladies that believe the guy that mistreats them is the right guy is the woman who hasn't figured out her value and her worth yet. Because when she does, she realizes he's supposed to be accountable. He's supposed to do the things that he does. And you don't need a guy who doesn't hold to that, because that becomes a guy that you can't trust. Think about it. If he's telling you that, he's showing you he's not reliable. Why would that be the guy you want to be in a relationship with? Think about it. But first, as I always say, especially Self-Love Monday, become that person first. And then you can hold others to that same standard. And as you guys know, it ain't right, it ain't wrong. It is my opinion. Now, for those of you who haven't had the opportunity, run over to my new app. Is on the Apple Store and Google Play. It's under Simplified You. It's the letter U, not the word you. Again, it's the letter U. Simplified You, and they are separated. Simplified You. And you can download, it's a free app. Download it again at the Google Play and Apple Store. and it'll keep up with everything that I got going on. It's got my podcasts on it. It's got, the merchandise that I have out now. You name it, you'll find everything I got going on that app. That's why I put it there, to make it a one-stop shop. All right, as you guys know, if you're not having fun, you should be doing something else. Become a person that respects, first off, your time. You become reliable. And then I can hold others to that same standard. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.